Hello, I'm Brian Fox. Welcome to I Hate Rock Music, and I'm going to do a couple of videos about San Francisco bands involved with Blue Cheer, Randy Holden, in this case, a band called Mint Tattoo. And Mint Tattoo was another San Francisco band, and it's kind of fascinating that in the midst of all these hippie psychedelic bands in San Francisco, there's actually a burgeoning heavy scene too, with bands like Blue Cheer and Mint Tattoo, and there was a group called Shiver as well. And so, alongside all these trippy uh, hippie bands, jam bands, there was a heavy scene in San Francisco too, which is really pretty cool. But Mint Tattoo was together from 1968 to 1969 and involved Bruce Stevens, Ethan James, and Ralph Kellogg. And of course, Bruce Stevens and Ralph Kellogg had connections with early Blue Cheer, and then in the Blue Cheer records that followed Leigh Stevens leaving, both Bruce Stevens and Ralph Kellogg show up in the Blue Cheer lineups. But they had their own band, Mint Tattoo, and of course they played a lot of the same stages with bands like Blue Cheer and the other half, and were a great band unto themselves. They recorded their single album in New York on Dot Records in 1968, and they had big time producers. James William Guercio produced it, and of course he would go on to work with Chicago, and then Phil Ramone, a very well known producer in his own right and engineer, was the engineer on the Mint Tattoo album. So it's recorded really well, and I came across the band because it was another one of those albums that was everywhere in cutouts. You just saw it everywhere, and I picked up a copy for 44 cents. I was a little shocked by the cover because it has a cutout, a picture of the band on the front cover, and then there's a square cutout with a pair of breasts, female breasts, with a tattoo on her chest. So a very striking album cover. I was a little nervous about it since I was such a wee teenager at the time. But I picked it up not having any idea who or what it was, and I didn't know anything about a Blue Cheer connection. And I played it and loved it. Songs like Vampire Symphony and Mark of the Beast, it has a real dark side to it. As I mentioned, it's produced really well. It's very full for a three-piece band, and the guitar playing is really cool and really interesting. And he uses a not only distortion but a Leslie. It gives the album a distinct sound and pretty complicated arrangements for the time. Great guitar work. A lot of it's pretty blues infused, but definitely right up there for hard psychedelic bands from San Francisco in '68, and a good junior band to Blue Cheer in a lot of ways. There is a Live in Santa Monica 1968 bootleg, which I've been dying to get. It was posted on YouTube for about 2 minutes, and I unfortunately didn't check it out before it got pulled. And there's a bootleg CD of it out there, but I've never been able to get my hands on a copy. And so, if there's anybody out there that watches this and has a copy of that, I'd love to get a dub of it because I'm just dying to hear it after all these years. I'm really curious as to what their live sound was like. I assume they were pretty loud, and that live they were probably pretty heavy. So, and then there's one single released off the album, Mark of the Beast, and it's a pretty good choice for a single off that record. But as the years have gone by, I've gotten a deeper appreciation for the Mint Tattoo album, and like so many others, it's too bad they didn't do a second album. But it's we're very fortunate and blessed to even get one album, and it's great that Dot Records had the foresight to sign the band, and we have this record. And it's slowly becoming a good collectible. People are looking for it, and it does have a CD reissue on a Karma, and even that's become collectible. But really a fine band, really interesting band as usual. I'll put the links below, and you can check them out. But I love this other side of the San Francisco sound that people don't talk about so much. Savage Resurrection, Shiver. Um, Mint Tattoo, and I'm sure there's others. Oh, the other half, of course. So thriving heavy rock scene in San Francisco, and Mint Tattoo is a great addition to that. I'm Brian Fox. Thanks for watching I Hate Rock Music.